The Black perspective.
The Black perspective.
The Black experience.
The Black perspective.
The Black perspective.
The Black experience.
The Black experience.
The Black perspective.
The Black perspective.
The Black experience is resilience.
Describe the Black experience in one word. Divine.
Black culture is innovation.
I would have to use the word unapologetic.
Black culture is love.
I would use empowering.
Creative. We are creative.
Resilience.
Patriotism.
Triumphant.
Is sensational.
The Black culture to me is beautiful. It's lovely. It's kind. It's sauce. It's all the above. Black is beautiful.
Being Black to me means legacy and ancestry. Without Black people, there wouldn't be America. Majority of the things that we use every day were invented by Black people. The traffic light, the AC, potato chips, ice cream, the pencil sharpener, the washing machine, all invented by Black people. We have come so far, and everything we do is awesome, and everything gets taken advantage of and taken away from us. Being Black is life. I'm blessed. I'm proud to be Black, and I would not change a thing. So that's what being Black's to me. I'm Black, and I'm blessed, and I'm proud of it.
I'd say no, because I don't see much difference between peaceful protests and what's happening right now. Because no matter what, people will find a way to slither from the actual point. When Colin Kaepernick kneeled, they said it was because he hated the troops. When people marched, they said they were taking up traffic. What people want when they say they want a peaceful protest is a protest that offends no one and bothers no one. And that type of protest is ignorable and helps no one.
In all honesty, I think an economic boycott would work if it were to create a long-lasting effect. With most cases of any type of boycott, it only causes a small change and then it may revert back to something that it was before, which is not always a good thing. So if an economic boycott would create a long-lasting effect on the issues that we're going through right now, then yes.
White privilege is being able to go for a simple jog and not be hunted down like an animal and killed, or not being pulled over and harassed by cops because you don't fit in this area, or not being shot in front of your child because you're reaching for your concealed to carry card. Or white privilege is also being Dylan Roof, shooting up a church, but then once the police get there, they escort him out and then take him to Burger King instead of tackling him down to the ground or putting their knee on his neck because of the massacre that he just did. That's what white privilege is.
Yes, I think that we need sentiment from, our white friends and our white allies, the white population in general, because we can't do this on our own. Your voices need to be heard. Your voices are what helps our voices ring louder.
The white community can support the Black community's justified anger simply by listening, being still, and not jumping on the opportunity to automatically judge the way we express our aggression.
Actually speak up, use their voice, use their platform. They do not realize how much power they really have. And it's times like these where they need to be rallying behind us and supporting us. Go to the government, push them. Actually use your voice on social media. You know, social media is a huge platform. Use your voice. Go out there and protest with us. You want to engage in our culture. Well, okay, this is part of also engaging in our culture. Go ahead and be there for us when we need you the most.
Just sharing these pictures and videos of racial injustice, however helpful and informative it may be, is not enough to enact real change. For that, our society needs to address racism head-on at its root causes. The Black community needs to effectively mobilize, and allies need to educate their communities. We must all work together as a nation to demand systematic change.
The education system has done a disservice in one particular area, which is zoning. The zoning policy simply states that depending on where you live is depending on where you go to school, which is another form of segregation. Because we know that a lot of schools that house African American students predominantly do not have the proper resources, and the teachers also do not have the proper training, and they also oftentimes don't even abide by the same curriculum because those resources do lack, and so it's harder to follow that curriculum because you don't have the same resources as, say, a PWI. My mother had to fight for me to attend a PWI to receive a good education, and it's sad that we're in that place where segregation still exists, and it's important to also see it as segregation because that's exactly what it is.
Systematic racism is institutionalized forms of oppression that impact our society and the way we govern ourselves and our systems. For example, we have the school to prison pipeline, where you see minority children, particularly Black children, being funneled into the prison system and essentially groomed for it from a young age, whereas we don't see this happening to white children. Another example of systematic racism is zoning laws, where you'll see some neighborhoods receive more funding than others. For example, white neighborhoods may receive more government funding for public amenities, and this leads to better neighborhoods, better school systems. Whereas in Black neighborhoods, we'll see less public funding, and therefore all public amenities suffer.
Hey, it's your boy Art. The people up north say, you can get as big as me, but you just can't get close to me. The people down south would say, you can get as close to me, but just don't get as big as me. You see, that is a matter of perspective. And what we need to change is perspective. And what change looks like for the Black culture is this. We need liberation. Over almost 100 years ago, the problem was education. Now we're dealing with the problem of liberation. We need our freedom. We need to be let go. We need to become our own culture. We need to have our own things, our own land. We need to have our own properties. We need to have our own businesses. We need to have everything continuously to have Black owned. Until we are grant that, we will continuously fight with the oppression that they have given us in this fucked up country. All right.
Why do Black lives matter? It's a life. There's really not much else to say. It's a life that's worth having dreams, having ambitions and goals. I don't know why we have to beg and plead for our lives. I don't know why we have to give excuses or reasons to just be, to just exist, to be left alone, to be seen as people. I don't see why I have to give you a reason or an explanation of why Black Lives Matter. So I won't. Black Lives Matter. Period.